we should just call ourselves Draw FC. Because every fucking time I make one of these videos, it's always talking about an Arsenal draw. And yes, yet again, Arsenal comes out with a 0-0 draw against Burnley. And, you know, coming into this week, there was a lot of optimism within the Arsenal faithful. Two new signings, Pablo Mari, center back from Brazil, and Cedric Soares, formerly of Southampton, right back. And neither of them available to play in today's match. And so you're coming into this thinking, okay, you got Aubameyang back, you got David Luiz back. What kind of lineup are we going to get? Well, your front three was Lacazette at striker. Your two wingers were Gabriel Martinelli and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Okay. Like, Pepe was a big issue. Why? Okay, all right. But, you know, having David Luiz back in there with Shorter Mustafi, you know, the fucking perpetual fear of that Chelsea match started creeping on in. Like, oh, fuck, Mustafi's going to fuck up again. And so, yeah, a bit of a daunting task for the Arsenal boys. And a huge shout out to Mesut Ozil, who made his 250th career appearance for Arsenal today. And unfortunately, you know, based on every stereotype that I hate, but have to kind of say in this match, he was damn near non-existent. A couple of frustrating tackles, you know, that Mesut Ozil made, I would have said, you know, very stupid to do. Like, why would you even tackle a guy in that situation? I get you're frustrated, but Jesus Christ, dude. Arsenal really should have been up 2-0 by the end of the 30th minute. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Arsenal just did not capitalize on their chances given. And the biggest chance was Alexander Lacazette. Really up in the, oh God, I really want to say at least the 5th or 4th minute of the match. Lacazette has a prime opportunity to net a goal in. And honestly, it just goes away from him. And this is the same kind of story you could say with a lot of our players today. Just missing the net, having prime chances, blowing it by fucking miles. And man, you know, after the 30th minute, you really saw a much more relaxed, a much more free-flowing Burnley side, where Burnley in the midfield looked absolutely dangerous. I mean, they took advantage of the lackadaisical nature that is Mesut Ozil at times, and they were able to just pounce on us. And so many chances where Burnley could have really gone up 1-0 in that first half. But thankfully, we had Burnlino in the back saving all those goals. And shout out to Burnlino, because the man doesn't get enough respect, enough love from Arsenal fans. But honestly, this is the one guy where if we didn't have him in the Premier League, we'd be sitting in the bottom 15. Like, that's what I genuinely believe. Despite our shit-ass defense. Like, despite our shit-ass defense, some way, somehow, we're getting results. We're getting points. And none more so in this game than what Burnlino did. He was absolutely fantastic. But I wish I could say the same for Arsenal's offense. It just didn't look right. Everyone looked kind of stifled. And you couldn't help but feel Burnley with the aggressive chances. Arsenal was lucky to come out of that first half with nothing. They conceded nothing. They gave nothing. But honestly, they should consider themselves lucky that it was a 0-0 draw after the first half. So you come into the second half where Bukayo Saka was slightly knocked up in that first half. So you bring in Lucas Torreira, where I mean, it helps the midfield. It certainly does. But you're doing another whole back shift, makeshift back left back. I apologize. My words aren't fucking processing properly because when you watch Arsenal, there's not a lot of logic. So you got to try to silly string glue the thought process together. So Granit Xhaka, made as a makeshift left back, only screams to me Wow, you did nothing in the transfer market. You did absolutely nothing to strengthen this team. This is the same fucking team that we left, a couple of days back with the thought of transfer deadline day. Maybe we get one or two more sightings other than the two guys that we had. But no. Financially and logistically, Arsenal is in no position to do that whatsoever. So we're in this kind of frustrating purgatory of hoping that talent comes over eventually. I mean, we also have William Saliba, who is going to be finishing his mandatory 1-year loan at Saint Etienne. So thank God we're getting back up soon. But yeah, a makeshift left back, Granit Xhaka, had to be inserted. I mean, okay, so the positive thing I could really take away from that is we still kept it 0-0, but the substitutions that followed afterwards were very questionable. And I think Mikel Arteta, as much as we love him, I mean, there is that naivete about him because it's his first year as manager. And I think this kind of rocky status with Arsenal this season can definitely help him in the near future. But Jesus Christ, I thought Willock for Ozil was, I don't know, a very dumb move. I would have just put Pepe in there and coulda, shoulda, woulda. We play the bench manager bullshit, but I'll give you the reason why. With the way Lacazette has been playing, despite the goal, I mean, the way he's been playing, he's been a fucking pest in any kind of back three or back four lineup. And if you had him in a center forward, attacking midfielder, kind of like that false 9 position, and you put Aubameyang instead as that central striker and brought on Pepe, I mean, good Lord, the fucking speed and the fucking aggression you could have had on the offensive side of the pitch would have been immense. But no, you bring in Willock, who, I mean, fair credit to Willock. He's been playing great, really, really well too. So I'm not going to really, harp the guy. But for Arsenal, I mean, that substitution made absolutely no difference. And really, again, I keep emphasizing this, but Burnley, fair play to Burnley. I mean, they played absolutely well today. And it's kind of curious that they looked like they were the ones that should have gotten 3 points on the day, because they do score a goal. Seemingly they score a goal, but goal line technology deems, because the ball did not go all the way past the line, which it clearly didn't. I mean, it was right on the halfway mark of the line. So no goal for Burnley. And once we brought on Eddie for Lacazette in the 89th minute, I could feel Arteta was really, really grasping at straws here if you brought on Eddie. But really, if you were trying to bring on Eddie, why the fuck didn't you just bring on Pepe? Pepe for Laka, Aubameyang up front, and Pepe just helps on that right wing, helping with the crosses and assisting with Aubameyang, and instead of Aubameyang helping out Bellerin. But yeah, the fucking logic eludes me too. So for Arsenal, the 3 points elude them. And Burnley, who surprisingly, I mean, have been dropping a lot of matches, as far as I can tell, are still somehow in 11th place. So kudos to Burnley on the results that they got today. Obviously, when the commentary said, Burnley hasn't netted any sort of result, not even a fucking point against Arsenal for quite some time. So kudos to them. But for Arsenal, another week where we look at our performance and think, oh wow, this is it. This is it. Okay. Because here's the curious part about Arsenal right now. And you can't have it either way, or you can't have either. Okay. I gotta fucking try to straighten out my talk here, because watching Arsenal just really breaks my brain. But let me explain this one more time. Arsenal is very simple. It's either one thing or the other. You can't have both. Our defense plays like shit. that means our offense is going to do really well. If our offense is playing like shit, that means our defense is going to play really well. There is no situation right now where both offense and defense is good. I think the only time we actually saw that within the last few weeks, I mean, really, last month or two since Arteta's signing, was the Manchester United result. Holy shit. That result alone was like, oh shit, that's perfect. Great offense, great defense. That's what I want to see. But right now, it really has to be stated. I mean, it's either really bad defense, really bad offense, or both. And so for Arsenal, it's a frustrating draw. But on the new calendar year, boys and girls, here's the thing. We have not lost a single match. So take that to the fucking bank. I will take those goddamn positives and put them away in a fucking box because we won't have a Premier League fixture until the 16th of February. So not much to do there, right? So Arsenal gets a draw, 1 point. We're 10th in the league right now. So, yay. Could have gone up to, 7th or 8th today with a win, but no, there we are. There we are with the draw. So, boys and girls, go ahead. If you can, follow me at the Sky Lounge and all the links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe for more daily contents. Come on, you Gunners. Fuck off.